guys? Matt Brown here, 4lineups.com. Talk a little Monday Night Football between the Cowboys and the Raiders. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Everything we do free here on the channel. You can see Cowboys sitting 3.5-point favorites here in this one, a 50 total. If you think the Raiders win this thing outright, plus 155. Of course, this is coming from our friends over at BetMGM. If you don't have an MGM account, use lineups as your sign-up code, up to $1,500 in bonus bets on that first bet of yours if it happens to lose. We'll take a look here at this injury report. You can see only Aiden O'Connell for the Raiders, so they're going to come into this thing pretty daggum healthy. Over on the Cowboys side, Solomon Thomas is out, questionable here on Elijah Clark, and you can see with these guys that are questionable, again, Winfrey, that's just like whether they're going to activate him off of IR or not. But you can see Malik Hooker, same deal, but he got in at full practice, so maybe we see them. But a couple of limiteds for the guys that are questionable, so shouldn't be a huge injury concern over on the Dallas side either with all of this. I mean, there's one glaring thing here that really stands out, and that is just, of course, that this Dallas defense has just been so bad. Now, you could, on the other side, say that the Raiders offense has been so incredibly bad, and that is also true. But at least last Thursday, in one of the worst offensive performances we've seen this season, it was against the Denver defense, and we've seen that the Denver defense is absolutely legit. So that's not – there are a lot of teams that are going to struggle against the Denver defense, including the Chiefs this past week. And so while I do think that this is a bad offense, I'm going to at least give it the slightest bit of a pass because it was against the Broncos. That is not going to be the case here against the Cowboys, who rank inside the bottom 5 in every single advanced statistical category that there is on the defensive side of the ball. I actually think they move the ball a little bit. And then on the other side, this Dallas offense is really the only shining grace here for this team. Now, they have not been on fire the last few weeks, considering like they were at the beginning of the season, in which this was one of the very best offenses that there was in football. That said, coming out of the bye, getting healthy, feeling pretty good. I was actually at a steakhouse here in Vegas last night, saw a bunch of the Cowboys players. I know they're fed well, eating at Barry's down at Circa downtown. So they're coming into this thing with some expensive food in their stomach anyway. It's to me, I think they get back on track here against the Raiders, whose defense is not bad, but it's not good either. It's the majority of the statistics for the Raiders fall in the bottom third. It's not like they're one of the worst, but they're certainly not one of the best. And honestly, you probably could say not even league average, probably below league average. So I am going to play some over here. Take a look. There are 49.5s available out there as well. Of course, every half point counts. So that's where we're going to look at here in this one. Look, if I think they're going to move the ball back and forth, it creates a lot of variance in this. And so I don't really want to bet the spread. If you're like same game parlaying or something like that, and you wanted to do something funky and take the Raiders up to 10.5 and then bring this down to whatever, 43.5 and same game parlay or something like that, you can do that if you want to get cute with how you want to play this. But for me, if I do think that these teams are going to be able to score a ton, it does create a bunch of variance. Also, Geno Smith creates a bunch of variance. While I have a slight lean towards taking the 3.5, and you can see the market does as well with that juice, Geno is just as likely to throw it to the other team as he is his own team. So I just don't really want to go in that direction. But that does play good for us in an over, though, right? Short fields equal quicker points and all of that. And so even if Geno does throw it to the Cowboys a couple of times, that actually is good for us if we're playing an over here in this one. Coming out of the bye as well, if there is a little bit bigger of a weakness for this Raiders defense, it is on the rush side of things. And so I do believe Javonte Williams kind of keeps it up here in this one. And so over on the rushing yards, I do like Javonte Williams on the over on his rushing yards. I think that this is a really prime spot for this Cowboys team to try to get a little bit more balanced. This is a great defense to get a little bit more balanced against. You should be able to do what you want to on all of that. And I think Javonte Williams here, if you do look, again, the weakness here on this defense for the Raiders is much more on the rush side than it is on the pass side, at least if you look at the stats here over the last several weeks. And so rushing success rate against this team, 29th right now. So again, if you're helping yourself out if you're running the ball, especially on earlier downs, at least a little bit too, against this Raiders team. And so I think that's the way that the Cowboys will likely attack them on the ground. So Javonte Williams here on the over. Now on the flip side, that probably should play against Dak Prescott on the passing. I'm not really willing to go there because, again, if I think that this thing is could end up being a shootout, but if you wanted to play something correlated, you could go with the under on Dak Prescott's passing yards if I think they're going to have a lot more success running the ball as well. But really, for me, Javonte Williams, the over, and let's go have a fun Monday night game, even though it involves the Raiders and the Cowboys and two teams that aren't playing very well this season. Guys, again, our partners at MGM, lineup, says your promo code. If you want to do that, they have this little second chance first touchdown scorer thing too as well. So if your guy scores second, you actually get your bet back in bonus bets, and so that's pretty cool as well. Hit that subscribe button, and good luck on all your Monday Night Football bets.